Hello, Madonna fan community, and welcome back to another episode of Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel anniversary edition. We are back from my trip to Seattle and just in time to celebrate July 27th, 1983, when this album, the very first Madonna album, came out. And what an amazing album it was! 8 songs, 5 of which were huge hits, and every song in here is a bop, and we all know that. But today we're going to celebrate, and we're going to think about all of our memories of the songs on this album, the music videos, the performances, some of the collectibles. I got one for you on this video you probably have never seen before. This collectible is definitely one of a kind, and plus some diva news at the end. But we are definitely celebrating 40 years. Can you believe it? So let's get going on this retrospective and see what we remember from 1983. It all started with this song that you hear in the background, Everybody, Madonna. Of course, it's legend. She went to the clubs and had this song played by DJ Mark Hammonds, who then went ahead and got her a chance to meet with Seymour Steen from Sire Records and the hospital, and she got signed for the 2 singles, Everybody and Burning Up. And with the club charting of Everybody, we got the deal for the first album. Madonna was going to work with DJ Mark Hammonds, but that didn't work out. She ended up working with producer Reggie Lucas, and as a thank you, she created the song Lucky Star, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I have a Madonna moment with that song. But Reggie Lucas helped produce the album. Madonna wasn't exactly thrilled with his production, so DJ John Jellybean Benitez was brought in to add some of that more modern sound. I think it's going to be more of a disco, late 70s, early 80s disco album. And Madonna wanted that edge that we all know she loves to bring to her music, keeping in style with the 80s, with dance funk and her style that she liked. And DJ John Jellybean Benitez really brought it. Originally, the track Ain't No Big Deal was going to be on this album, which I love that song, but the band Barracuda got that song and recorded it. So he brought in the very famous Holiday for her to sing on the album. And it's one of the signature tracks, of course, and one of the first tracks to really chart on the main charts outside of the club charts, which we all know and love, had that slow burn, after the album came out. And by the holidays, it was doing extremely well. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the production is crisp. I love the jazzy elements on some of the songs, like Think of Me and I Know It have those jazzy elements. But there's also the funk and the rock. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, which Madonna likes to do. She either has a concept style album like Ray of Light, or she'll have something like this where you get a little bit of everything. And I love both. So I love that it's all dancey. We get one dance track to another. There's no ballads really on here unless you count Borderline. Um, but everything's a bop, and you can just, put it on and just have it in the background or do like a workout to it. Um, and, if you have any interest in hearing some of those demos, they're all over YouTube, just to hear some of the recording process that Madonna was going through back then in her earliest stages of recording. You should definitely check them out. Look for demos. Um, and of course, there were other songs on Pre-Madonna that Steve Bray shared with us, including what's the name? Crimes of Passion. That sounds like it could have been something on this album as well. But what are some of your favorite tracks on this album? What do you love? And for me, I'm thinking, obviously everybody, our channel, our club, everything is named after this song, and it's such a good song. But I also really love Lucky Star and Holiday. And when it comes to the non-huge hits, I think I would have to say Physical Attraction. Though it was a single, I really like that song. We're seeing some of that early spoken word Madonna in that song, that we would see later in Justify My Love and other songs. So she's already ahead of her time. So tell us what some of your favorites are and what you love about them. And then there are the music videos. This was the beginning of Madonna's music video career. And of course, the Everybody video was basically put together to promote the song in the clubs to be playing on the screens while people were dancing to the song. So it was very simplistic, but we could already see Madonna's choreography. We could see her style mixing androgyny with glamour. She definitely had that Vogue aesthetic going on even in those early days. And of course, Burning Up was like the first professional video she worked with. What's his name? Steve Barron. And he had worked with Michael Jackson on Billie Jean. So we saw some of those artistic elements he put into that video here on that video as well. It was a little more artsy, a little bit more, kind of symbolic, but there were definitely iconic scenes of Madonna, on the road that people still will reference today when they show collages of videos of hers. That was like her first real music video. But then, of course, Holiday, at the time of Holiday, she was out promoting the album, really trying to get it past just having club chart success. So we didn't get a music video, an official music video for Holiday. And I think there are several videos, performance videos that have been said to be kind of you could use this as an official video. If I was going to choose one, I'd probably pick the American Bandstand or Solid Gold for an official video just because they're more professionally filmed. But she didn't make an official one. Then came this video, Borderline. Borderline was the first really big MTV crossover video for Madonna. Mary Lambert's first collaboration with her, and one of many iconic collaborations like A Prayer, La Isla Bonita, Like a Virgin. And this was such an amazing video. Some trivia on this was that Freddie DeMann, her manager at the time, for quite a long time, who was Michael Jackson's manager, did not like this video when it first came out or when he first saw it. He didn't like the black and white and color, which he thought was going to ruin the success of the video, but turned out to be a huge success. And it was an element she used again in Truth or Dare movie. So I think, once again, we saw foreshadowing with this video. And then, of course, the final video was Lucky Star, which was a song that got released at the very end because of the success of the album and was a simple dance video that showed off Madonna's, not only her signature look, but her choreography, which is one of my personal favorite music videos from this era. So which ones are your favorites? Are you a fan of Borderline, Burning Up, Everybody? Which video stands out for you, or you had maybe your Madonna moment with? Share with us. As with any Madonna album release, there are the performances. And for her very first Madonna album release, she had many. Definitely trying to get the word out about this album, about the songs, getting people excited to buy the album before it came out. She did a whole bunch of promotional appearances, Top of the Pops, and a lot of British TV shows. You can find her performing Burning Up and promoting it, as well as Levittown. If you look up Madonna live in Levittown in New York, she did a whole concert there, which it's really fascinating to watch. I just love how she, even then, had that style and that just ease of talking to her audience and being really relaxed in front of people. There was never any nervousness with Madonna at any point in her career. As we all know, she always knew she wanted this. She always knew she was going to have this moment. I think she always was planning for it. So once she had it, whether it was a club or it was a bigger audience, it was always the same energy, which I love. So it's good to sometimes go on YouTube and just look up all these old performances. We used to have to go order these VHS tapes to get a lot of this stuff because it was, so rare. And shout out to Kevin, one of my friends who I used to order from. He did get me so many of these performances back then that I would have never seen otherwise, And, as she got bigger, the performances were much more national. We talked about, of course, Solid Gold, when Holiday started to break. And, of course, the very famous American Bandstand, which if you got on that show, you were big. And the album was big at that point. And Clark famously asked her what she wanted to do for the rest of her career. And she said, rule the world. We will never forget that quote, and it turned out to be true. Madonna did indeed rule the world from that point on. But those early performances are beautiful to watch. Their choreography, the some would say they're more simplistic, but I think there's some intricacy in those performances too. A lot of her ballet dance training shown through in some of her performances. There's even a borderline live, well, not live, but television show performance where she did choreography on chairs to Borderline. It was incredible, incredible performances. Some of the albums promoted didn't get any performances like True Blue because it was just so successful and she didn't need to. But here she was definitely trying to establish herself and get the word out there. So there's a lot of treasure out there to be seen. What is one of your favorite Madonna performances from this era? Tell us about it. Getting collectibles from the first album is definitely a score. It's harder to find stuff from the first album, I will say that. There are things here and there, posters and odds and ends, record flats. Remember those? And long boxes. And we just didn't have a lot of stuff yet because she wasn't in that pandemonium stage that she would get to with the next album, like a Virgin, where there was stuff everywhere. Um, but despite all that, there is still some great treasure out there, great collectibles. And I have a little bit of a collection of first album. There was the 2001 re-release of the album, which I'm playing right now with the video. Has the extra remixes and it's enhanced, remastered. They should probably be doing another re-release soon with all the albums, so we should see if we get some extra with that. And of course, the vinyls. Finding many of the singles. Some of them are extremely rare from different countries. So it was really more about the audio aspect than it was about finding all the little, cool tie-ins that they didn't really have yet. But this collectible that I'm showing you right now, my friend back then in the 90s, Michael Reeves, found this at an estate sale. And I've never seen another one like this. I don't even know how common this is, but it's a famous 80s uh, poofy wristband that everybody wore back in those days. That was a thing back then, along with the rubber jelly bracelets, was these kind of like little armbands. And it's a Madonna promotional first album red armband. And it was sealed, and I have it in my collection. Never seen another one like it. Don't know exactly the origins of this. If anyone does and wants to comment about it below, that would be amazing. But yeah, there are some stuff out there if you are looking. It's not going to be easy to find promotional things, but it will be worth it if you do. If you go on eBay and find something first album, grab it if you can afford it. Yeah. And share with us some of your first album finds through the years. What have you been finding? What have you been able to purchase or get a hold of in vinyl or in any formats? And now it's time for my Madonna moment. And what I mean by Madonna moment is that very first time that I knew about her. And it was this song and actually this video, because I think I heard her on the radio with Borderline and maybe even Holiday, but I wasn't really familiar, wasn't paying that much attention at the time. It wasn't until basically, it's a famous story that I told many of my friends. I was 11 years old, and my mom would let me stay up at nights because my dad worked graveyard for the airlines, Continental Airlines. We lived right next to the airport, and we had a 7-Eleven next to us too. So at night when he was gone, we would go to the 7-Eleven, get some nachos or some candy or something, and stay up all night. She worked on her freelance writing, and I would watch a show called Night Tracks, which was like Friday night videos. It was a music video night, like Friday night show. Just played the videos nonstop, all the music videos of the time. No VJs. It wasn't MTV. I didn't have that. And this video came on during one of those nights, and I was sitting there munching on whatever, and I just lost my marbles. I lost everything. I called my mom out of the kitchen to see this person, and I said, "This is it. This is my person forever and ever." which turned out to be true. And I said she's going to be the biggest thing ever, which turned out to be true. I should have been betting money on that one. But Lucky Star did it for me. The song, that new sound that she brought with it, the dancing, the choreography. I'd never seen a girl dance like that before. I was a big Michael Jackson fan, but I didn't know any females who could do what she could do. So, and then suddenly I was like, okay, now I do. And Madonna that was my moment. Summer of 1984 with this song. So, what was your Madonna moment? Was it during this album's release? Were you there for the very first song, Everybody? Or was it Borderline or Burning Up? Which one, Holiday? Which one did it for you? And share with us your Madonna moment. We got some late breaking Madonna Diva news for you in this episode. Just found out from one of my Madonna fan friends, Phil, that People Magazine is putting out a special, probably 40th anniversary edition of Madonna retrospective for the Queen of Pop. And I don't know, what may be hitting newsstands next Tuesday. I don't know, when is it, Fridays or Tuesdays now. But you want to be going to your local store to get this. This looks amazing. I definitely be picking up a copy. There's also, Phil also informed me there's another one called Classic Pop Magazine. I don't know how long that since that was released, but I think the cover is from the Take a Bow video. If you're looking for Classic Pop, um, should be out there wherever that is carried. And that's another retrospective Madonna, all Madonna. These are all Madonna magazines. We haven't had those in a while, you guys, so but definitely want to pick these up and add them to your collection. And so once I get my copy, I'll definitely do a little look through. But People is pretty big. We should be able to find this one. So make sure you pick up a copy. Also, an update to all of my friends and Madonna fans here. I did just come back from my trip to Seattle, which would have included the Madonna concerts on the 18th and 19th. But I went up anyway because I have a ton of friends up there. I'd been about since before, I think it was 19, so before the pandemic, since I saw everybody. And I really wanted to see everyone. I had other plans I was making for that trip. So we went through with all of it, and we saw a few of the other Madonna fans during some of our meetups. Didn't really get a chance to do any Madonna related gatherings, though, but we did take this picture to wish Madonna well as she's recuperating from her illness and getting ready for the tour starting in October in Europe. I'm not sure exactly the dates. As we get closer to October, of course, we're going to keep you all updated on what's going on with the tour, throughout the tour, and then as we find out where the United States will be next year, how the dates are going to be formed, who's going to be where, and when I will be going back up again to see the Queen and report to you with live footage, performances, and fans, and lots of fun. But in the meantime, we are sending out our get well wishes to Madonna. We are saying congratulations on 40 years of the first album, bringing the music to us and bringing us the energy, the motivation, and all the things that you have done for us. You can also find us on Facebook. We are celebrating the first album, and we will have lots of stuff coming up in the future. I will, once I get settled back into my usual routine, we will be getting ready for birthday celebrations. And as I mentioned in the um, previous slide, we will also be getting ready for the tour in October. So we have lots of things coming up. We'd love to have you over there, Madonna Everybody Fan Club on Facebook. We have a page and a group, and it's always great to find new fans to join our community, either here or there. But feel free to like, comment, and subscribe here. Give us your feedback on this particular topic and any topics you'd like to discuss. And I hope you enjoyed this retrospective, 40 years since the first album. And I know I'm going to be listening to this a lot this next few weeks. And I hope you'll be doing the same. And I can't wait to see you guys all again in the next video. Thanks, everyone. You're all lucky stars. Are you looking for a great Madonna fan club to join? We have a place you need to be at Madonna Everybody Fan Club. Not only this channel, but we also have a Facebook group and a Facebook page titled Madonna Everybody Fan Club. You should definitely come check us out and join. We have contests, fan of the month, features, articles, and a great community for you to get to know and share your Madonna love with other fans. We also would love for you to comment, like, and subscribe on this video and tell us what you think. What do you like to see more of in this channel? We're here for you, and Madonna fans rock. So have a great day. Thank you.